today here with my friendly Zerg, of course, the friendly neighbourhood Zerg at the IEM. It is, of course, the one and only Dario, or as you better know him, the little one, or TLO. Thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule and playing and what have you. I say busy, but it hasn't been quite that busy here, so we'll come to that in a moment. But let's talk a little bit about 2013 before we move on to this year. You had, I would say, a solid year last year, reasonable year, some round of eights, some semi-finals, but something not quite clicking to get you all the way. How would you summarise last year?
I think I had a really strong start in 2013, definitely with WCS Season 1 and qualifying for the regional finals in Korea and stuff. But at some point I kind of plateaued. I wasn't feeling very happy with myself, and I feel like I have to make a few changes in my life still to really break through that wall that I eventually hit. I would give myself, I would give myself a C+. Basically, I said that in a Team Liquid Pro interview. Nothing to be ashamed of, but nothing to be too proud of, and nothing that, I'm still hungry for definitely a lot more results this year.
You made some very personal changes last year. Talk to me about those.
Oh, isn't it getting boring, people?
No, not boring.
Having a fit lifestyle and doing meditation and eating healthy, but
okay, but tell me what sort of difference it made to you.
It actually made quite a big difference. First of all, I'm a much happier person. I think I'm in a spot in my life where I'm actually, I'm not being depressed as much as I used to be. I don't fall in like a deep pit as many times as I have in the past, and that's definitely a foundation that you need to actually be able to be good at your job if you're constantly unsatisfied with yourself. It made traveling much easier. I'm much more relaxed, and I feel less stressed, but you got to be careful not to be too not stressed, because there are still a lot of things you need to accomplish. Like
you were in the booth the other day where you were,
That was funny.
We caught you out a couple of times with things like that. It's always fun, right?
Maybe that's going to become my signature, the ceremony.
No, I like that. Laid back Dario.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so 2014, new year, new start, fresh, no kind of, bad feelings from last year. You've had a solid year. But 2014's got to deliver for you. You're hungry for a tournament victory, I know that. And it starts with Intel Extreme Masters here. We'll talk about that in a moment. But WCS this year is very important to you.
Definitely, WCS, no question about it. It's always going to be the most important tournament in StarCraft 2. And it's nice to have an IEM early on to gain some points. I have 250 WCS points secured, so that's at least a little bit. And everything, little victory helps to make it to BlizzCon. I was so close last time, and if I would have had like one more good result last year, I would have made it in top 6 teams. So I don't want to miss out on any points.
Okay, Intel Extreme Masters this weekend. It's very warm. Makes a big difference being in a nice air-conditioned booth, I'm sure. But you've had, I would say, a very different approach this week. You took the first day you were here, it was very relaxed. Nice day off, you were kind of able to get into the mood of things. Then you had a day of playing. Today, another day of rest, potentially, because we don't know what the draw is yet. But how easy is that for you to cope with? Or are you the kind of guy that just wants to get on with it and play the games?
No, I think I'm becoming better. That I used to be like that I was just kind of forcing myself into a seat and laddering. But if you look at most of the Koreans, they don't do that. And, they're pretty good at StarCraft too. So you can mimic them in some regards. Because honestly, warming up is good, but playing too much on a event day is not going to help you. It's not.
Apart from when Koreans are in Finland, obviously.
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't deal well with the cold climate. They're more comfortable. Maybe they're like processors. They're like running. Well, actually, no, that makes no sense.
No,
the other way around.
Okay. So, Intel Extreme Masters right now. You're in the quarterfinals. The top of the draw, though, looks a bit tasty. And you've already had a tough draw in your group, but it gets harder from here on. Is there anyone that you kind of look at and go, hey, I can take them? Or do you not even worry now?
I can take everybody on a good day. I can also lose to everybody on a more average day, because I am the underdog in the tournament still, obviously. There's really good Koreans still there. But if I need to play much better than yesterday to be able to make it to the round of 4. That's for sure.
You left your Twitter account unlocked.
Oh, shit. Jeez.
So Twitter account unlocked, and Carmack's carrying Hero on his shoulders. So what sort of dastardly things do you think Carmack might have got through your Twitter?
Just as usual. At this point, I don't care anymore. I think people are used to that. And especially if you're at an IEM, if something unusual happens on your Twitter, it's usually #Carmack.
Yeah, Yeah, it is hashtag Carmack got off my Twitter. We seem to be trolled by some superstars already. Some Intel Extreme Masters quarter-final, great result already, as you said, nice points in the bag and a little bit of cash, but is semi-finals okay for Dario, or do you need a final?
No, I mean, semi-finals is definitely a good result here. But if I make it to the semi-finals, that's not going to be an acceptable stopping point. And top 2, top 2 would be pretty amazing to make it to IEM Katowice.
Yeah, so that was my next question. Is it like top 2 qualifies you for the IEM Katowice Grand Finals? We've released some information over the last few days about the fact that it's winner takes all. What's your honest take on that?
I mean, I am personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but if you look at the rest of the IEMs, you have the fairest price distribution out of any tournament, and I think people are kind of not seeing that. Because I'm top 8 here and I already have $1,000 secure. That's not usual for every single tournament. Even top 16 gets paid out here, I think. So it's okay, considering only the top 2 people go there anyway. It's not going to be like the grassroots players that go there anyway. And honestly, if you make second place there, at least you're going to be the most tragic player of all time, and you're going to have a lot of sympathy. So you gain a little bit of popularity from that, I think. Yeah.
Do you think the players and the teams benefit from that kind of exposure that we're hoping that tournament gets as well? I mean, not monetary-wise, but just in general.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but I think if you make it to the top 4 there, it's going to be a pretty big deal, and it's definitely going to reflect into money eventually. It's hard to grasp the value of a tournament, of a ranking like that, other than prize money, but. Being out there and placing well in like a top tournament like that always helps you, even if it's not direct money.
What does success mean to you this year in the year of the horse? What does it look like?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna keep chasing that tournament championship victory, right? I mean, maybe I won't catch it, but I will never stop chasing it.
Okay, just some fun stuff now, because I know you and I have had a bit of banter about English humour. Is 40 Towers the greatest comedy of all time? Or is it Blackadder?
I mean, I kind of prefer still the classic Monty Python sketches over 40 Tower, but it's good. It's definitely good.
Have we really converted you to being full-blown English? I saw you moaning about the weather the other day.
I watched every single episode of QI. I love Stephen Fry. I love watching Doctor Who. I follow John Cleese on Twitter. I think there's not much more I can do anymore.
Okay. Well,
I love tea. I drink tea every single day.
And he drinks tea every day. So from me, Red Eye the Englishman, and Dario the English German, that's it from IEM in Sao Paulo.